What's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm going to talk about project management skills. As a lot of you guys know, I do freelance. I also run a business, and my income is anywhere between $20,000 to maybe $25,000 on average per month. This month so far, I think we're at about $22,000, assuming that I don't sign any more deals. I think that a lot of people want to get to that point and are wondering what sort of productivity systems or tools or skills do I need to have in order to make it there? And obviously I've waxed poetic about various systems that I build both in my own life and in the life of my clients in order to sell packages to get me that money. But I actually just wanted to take a deeper dive and look, just because I know a lot of you guys are curious, a lot of you guys are asking me through comments and stuff like that, at what like a day-to-day in my life looks like, at least regarding productivity and task management. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, if you guys want to hit that 20 to 25K month mark too and are wondering, what the hell do I need to do to get there? This is the video for you. Stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so I'm actually re-recording this, which is really annoying, but it's because I didn't have OBS on. Anyway, that's fine. The way that I organize my life, and one of the reasons why I think that like my personal freelancing cap was just a lot higher than other people's before I started, involving myself in businesses and that sort of deal. It's just because I use two extremely viable and high quality systems that hundreds of thousands of people all over the world have already vetted. I'm going to talk about the first right now. And the first is called David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology, or GTD. The whole idea behind the Getting Things Done methodology is, I'm in automation and processes and operations. So we build out project managers for people all the time in this industry. But when's the last time that you considered a project manager for you? When's the last time you actually applied some of the values that you are building for businesses and just thought, hey, can I apply this to my own life to make my own personal life management better? You have tasks every day, just like a business does. Got to locate my fucking socks in the morning. Got to buy something on Amazon. I need to book a meeting with Peter. I need to get my nails did, whatever. You have a bunch of tasks that you can conceptualize just like you can in any project manager in a business. And the Getting Things Done methodology, which I'm not going to beat like a dead horse because tons have been written on this. And if you want to read like the book, just look up Getting Things Done on your own. But like the purpose of this is just like, how do we improve the process efficiency and productivity of our lives by implementing some of the same practices that we use for businesses into my day-to-day. And so the way that I personally use Getting Things Done, people make this to be way more complicated than it is. Getting Things Done is basically just a big to-do list. And the whole idea is anything that comes up in your life that you want to keep track of, do not keep track of it in your head. Write it down somewhere and just get it out of your skull as quickly as humanly possible. If you just get these thoughts out of your head and onto some storage medium that will last for hundreds of years, like your hard drive or a notebook or whatever, you never have to think about them again. You never have to consume cognitive energy worrying about keeping track of them again. And you can actually just use your brain way better. Like you're probably literally smarter. I mean, nobody's done tests on this, but you're probably literally smarter and more productive and more effective. And so, yeah, this is the whole idea behind David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology. Basically, you need to capture whatever has your attention anytime that something important or maybe economically valuable has your attention. So get that out of the way as quickly as possible, put that somewhere, and then you can worry about it later. So how do we actually do this in practice? Well, the capture stage, people have waxed poetic about it for quite a while. My personal take is I just use a simple note tool on my computer called Bear. And anytime I have a thought, like maybe I'm in a meeting and I'm like, I should book a call with Peter. I don't just think about that and say, okay, well, shit, I got to remember this. So like, let's just keep on repeating. Remember to book a call with Peter, Nick. You should book that call with Peter, right? Every 30 seconds. I will take out a note app. So in my case, one called Bear, right over here. Sorry, I think there's some bird outside, but I didn't close my window. And then I will write book call with Peter. And then I'll alt tab out of it and I'll never think of it again, right? Until I have to, or until I consciously choose to, basically. So I'm no longer a slave to booking a call with Peter. I can book a call with Peter when I have the time to sit down and book a call with Peter. And it allows me to be significantly more present and in the moment with whatever I'm doing. So if it's an important meeting, I'm no longer trying to juggle two things in my head simultaneously. Now I'm just focusing on the one that matters, which is what's right in front of me. That other shit in my life, I'll deal with later. So presence is really important here, and just being able to give something your all. Obviously, being able to give something your all is the core of what makes somebody productive. So yeah, pretty simple. Now, this methodology, this little flowchart or whatever you want to call it, this has a lot of steps. I really only just use one more, and that's that I will categorize the thing that I just added. And so I don't categorize it right there. I separate it into 2 steps. Like anytime that an idea or a concept or a thought comes around, if I have a new book idea or whatever, or maybe I have a gift idea for my girlfriend or something like that, what I'll do is I will just put that down in this note app, and then that's done. The next step is I need to categorize it into one of 2 steps. And if you look on GTD subreddits and stuff, it's kind of culty. They have like 50 or 60 different categorization schemes. I just use 2. I say, is this a to-do? Is this something that I need to do right now? Or is this something that I don't need to worry about for a while? Is this a future task? And so I have to-do and future. And what I'll do is periodically throughout the day, as I'm adding these tasks and I have a few moments to myself, I'll either whip out my phone, which I have the Bear app on, which is what I'm using for note-taking, or I'll go to my computer, and then I'll just tag the various tasks however I need to. So in this case, I've already tagged it as a to-do task just because that's the way that my hotkeys are set up. But maybe book a call with Peter is just something that I'm not really super interested in, or it's something that like I can wait a little while. I'll just tag that as waiting, and then I'll just never think of it again until I consciously again decide to go through these lists. So, 2 steps, basically. There's capture, and then there's categorize. And then obviously, what do you have left? Well, now you just have a list of tasks that you can do right now, or a list of tasks or a list of ideas that you can kind of consult with and maybe use to build some grander thing later. And if I didn't have a system like this, there's no way in hell I would have been able to profit $48,000 in a month. When I had my 48K month, this was like a total godsend. I had so much shit going on that month that if I didn't have a system that, I could just like have things come up and then capture them and then worry about categorizing them later, there's no way in hell I would have been able to make through that. So highly recommend instituting some type of personal project manager for your own life. David Allen's Getting Things Done methodology, fantastic way to start. What I do in practice is as I mentioned, I use the Bear app, and then I have like a little Siri shortcut on my phone. So all I need to do is I hold down this button, take a note in Bear, tell myself I look pretty. Okay, great. So now I have a new task in my Bear called Tell Myself I Look Pretty, which I need to do more often, by the way. Yeah, and so you see like it's as frictionless as humanly possible. If a thought comes up, if I'm in a meeting or whatever, I'll write it down on the phone. But then if a thought comes up and I sort of have, my hands free or whatever, I'll grab my phone and then I'll just speak into it like that. And then that's all it takes. It takes 2 seconds to never have to worry about these tasks again. Highly recommend. You can use the Apple Notes app. You could use a physical notebook if you wanted to, although I think that's kind of dated. You could use any Medium, Evernote, Todoist. I don't know. There's like a million and one, so I'll leave that up to you guys. Just look up platform name GTD, and there'll just be tons of systems and recommendations. So that's system number 1, the Getting Things Done methodology. System number 2, and this is more of a software tool than a system, so maybe I misspoke, is I use a platform called Superhuman to manage all of my emails. And I think both of these collectively save me anywhere between 10 to 15 hours a week. And they also allow me to be significantly more present in the moment. Now, Superhuman specifically is just sort of like an optimized email client. It's nothing special. This video isn't sponsored by them or anything. I just do find it like extremely ridiculously impactful, and it's definitely worth the 20 or 30 bucks a month that I spend on it. Because it just allows you to like manage all of your inboxes using hotkeys. And so I can usually go through, like I get like 20 or 30 emails a day. I'm in consulting and operations, right? Like I talk to so many freaking people on a daily basis. I can usually go through a whole email inbox with like 20 or 30 messages, and I can do that in maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. Superhuman also now has some AI response stuff, which essentially allows you to just like template out a response using bullet points. And so I'll use that quite often. So Superhuman is just, it's a little desktop app that you download. You just type Superhuman into your browser. These guys say 4 hours back every week. I think that it does even more than 4 hours, to be completely honest, but they have like really nice, sexy branding and all that stuff. I'm not gonna go too much into it. Basically, this is what it looks like when it's all signed up for. And then you just have like a list of things in your inbox over here. And then as you see at the very bottom of the page, they actually encourage you not to use your mouse, which I really like about it. They're very opinionated. You can scroll up or down just with the arrow keys. And then you can press E if it's something that you want to archive and you don't really care about or you don't really want to do. So I know that this email from this platform, CupCut, for instance, I've already responded to. So all I need to do in order to archive this, I press E. And then boom, I'm done with this. I don't need to worry about it. This is somebody over here that wants to have some, I don't know, I think they want to like pitch me for video editing for my channel. I do receive a ton of these now just because I put my email address in my YouTube. So maybe this is somebody I've already responded to, or maybe I don't want to deal with it. I just press E. If it's somebody that I never want to talk to again, I press Command U, and then I just unsubscribe or I block them forever. It's super easy. Now, I'm not going to do that to that lovely person whose name I cannot pronounce, Remo Filway. I don't know why I always do that, because I'm sure he meant the best, but yeah, that's how I get through my inbox extremely quickly. There's also like an AI response functionality, which is really cool. So this is somebody that asked me a question. I'm going to press return here. So I'm going to enter into the email, and then I'm going to press Command J, I think. Yeah. And then now I'm like this AI responder thing. So basically what I'll do is I'll read through their email, and they're launching some platform. They want to do AI, and then they want me to like affiliate it or something like that. And then I'll usually just say something like, thanks, looks good, but not sure this makes sense right now. Have a lovely day. And then I'll just press enter, and then it'll actually go out and use AI to like make the email a lot longer, make it seem more professional. Now, I don't actually give that much of a shit about this because it's just somebody that, is reaching out to me for some affiliate sponsorship deal or whatever. But you can imagine how, if I'm in like a bigger organization, 20, 30, 40 people, there's usually some sort of professionalism or formality that's like sort of culturally required. You just don't want to seem like a dipshit if you're like an external consultant. So this allows me to take just a few bullet points, which are the actual informational content of what I want to say, and then just expand it into something that like seems a little bit more legit. And I'll usually just like quickly double check, and I'll make sure that this is okay and that sort of thing. And then assuming that it is, I'll just press return, and then I'll enter it. So yeah, that's that. Pretty simple. As I mentioned, these two systems aren't rocket science or anything like that, but I do find that a lot of people that talk about making 20 to 25K a month, they'll mention offhand how, productivity systems and they're gurus and they have like one thing that scaled them to whatever, but they don't actually talk about how they manage their shit day to day. So I just thought that I'd sort of peel back the curtain and just provide you guys a look at like the realities of if you're a freelancer and you're trying to juggle 5 or 6 projects, like what does that actually look like? Again, when you've chosen to work for yourself, you're not given a system. And in order to succeed, you need to build your own. So this is just some fodder that hopefully you can use to build your own, thrive, and then print loads of freaking money, about as much money as the US government. Awesome. If you guys like that video, please like it, subscribe. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below as a comment. More than happy to get back to you. I source so many video ideas from this channel I source so many video ideas from my comments. It's crazy. So please keep up the good energy, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much.